Thanks for being here today. This is a great topic. I come from education, and we're behind in a lot of things. This is one that's dear to my heart. I just had a son graduate from college in cyber, and I was shocked how many people tried to hire him because we have a huge shortage. And I was a little skeptical 4 or 5 years ago, really 6 years ago. He was on a 6-year plan of him getting involved in this. But my goodness, we have overlooked this problem. It's going to get worse and worse if we don't address it, especially on the state and the higher education levels. But Ms. McLaughlin, what can we do to encourage our younger kids, and what kind of programs can we put into our elementary schools to enhance young people to really get involved? They're all into video games and all that. That's totally different. I mean, this is something we have got to get them involved in.
I think that's a wonderful question, Senator. There is all kinds of opportunities to bring students in early, and I think that this becomes part of creating a culture of cybersecurity and cyber safety in schools. First off, we don't necessarily train students like we do for other safety issues from early on. We all know look both ways before you cross the street, put your seatbelt on when you get in the car, but those kind of integrated messages about cyber safety need to be built into the messaging that students get. On top of that, we have opportunities to build a pipeline of students who want to grow into these kind of professions later on by involving them in offering them opportunities like cybersecurity camps, cybersecurity courses. And I want to point out it's really important that computer courses include cybersecurity as a pathway and are focused on actually how the technology works, not how to type, which has become a challenge in some spaces. Lack consistency in what is offered. And then there's some wonderful competitions that actually are offered at the federal level for students in K-12 education and in higher education on what can they do to prevent hacking and demonstrating their skills. So involving students and participating in that is really critical for evolving that incoming workforce. And having opportunities to work in those spaces once they get to higher education, whether they're at a community college or a university, is a really great opportunity when we can fund, as Ms. Norris was mentioning, security operations centers and opportunities for students to develop their skills.
Thank you. In Huntsville, Alabama, we've got a new school that started over the last few years, and it's called the Alabama School of Cyber. And what they do, this is from 9th to 12th grade, and they take the top students from all over the state, rural, urban, and they bring them to Huntsville, and they train them in cyber. And of course, Huntsville is a missile defense agency, NASA, 600 defense contractors, huge. FBI is moving all their cybersecurity to Huntsville, and they need more people. And so they see out front that they're going to need this. Do we need to start doing something like this, Ms. Norris? Can you visit with me on that? All states?
One thing I'd like to just add to what Ms. McLaughlin said is that, and I heard Chairwoman Murray refer in her comments to the data. So I think as we want to bring more and more students, both from K-12 and higher education, into cybersecurity, we need to make sure we continue to address that digital divide. I think in terms of what you just described at Huntsville, we do see centers of security excellence, whether it's at the federal level or a corporate level across different states. But I think in this new working world where people are working from everywhere, we probably have to think about ways that we can infuse security into a more globally diverse workforce or nationally diverse workforce, as well as centers where cybersecurity is physically located. And that's one of the challenges that we have.
Yeah, it takes a special person to get in this type of field. I would like to see in the future our higher educational institutions that accept state and federal funding get into cyber more. I mean, we're going to need that. It's national security, and when we're 400,000 or 500,000 short in people to do these jobs, the world's getting more dangerous as we speak in terms of just anything that people can do to us, our water systems, our grids, and all those things over the years. So thank you all for being here today. This will be a great hearing. And again, we're pulling for everybody to start understanding where we're at and why we're at this spot. And we need to get better. So thank you very much. Thank you.